Hi friends, I'm Dave Barklow, pastor at Fort Walton Beach First United Methodist. Welcome to the Pastor's Study, our daily devotional to help us focus our mind on the things of God. We are in Mark chapter 14 in these last days of Jesus' life. And I'd like to read to you now verses 10 and 11 about Judas and his betrayal. Then Judas Iscariot, who was one of the 12, went to the chief priests in order to betray him to them. When they heard it, they were greatly pleased and promised to give him money. So he looked for an opportunity to betray him. What's interesting here is here in the Gospel of Mark, we're not given any reason for why Judas wants to betray Jesus. It says that they agree to give him money. It doesn't say that he goes asking for money. In the other Gospels, in the Gospel of John, we learn that Judas was actually the treasurer, the purse keeper, and maybe it's because he wanted the money and he might have been siphoning off to the side a little bit. It's also why in some of the other Gospels, Judas is the one who gets upset at the woman who anoints Jesus' feet, like we read yesterday. But that's not in Mark's Gospel. Mark leaves a whole lot more up to the imagination, and I think this is good. Because we don't really know Judas's motivation from this scripture. It lets us think a little bit about our own motivations. Maybe it was agreed, or maybe it has this word Iscariot. And Iscariot was a member of a group of Jewish people who wanted freedom from Rome. Maybe Judas originally signed up with Jesus because he thought Jesus was going to free the Jewish people from Roman occupation. And the farther we get into Jesus' ministry, the more Judas realizes that that's not what Jesus is about. Jesus is about getting rid of an occupation, all right. The occupation of sin in our hearts. The occupation of selfishness in our souls that make us oppress other people, whether you be Roman or Jewish or any other nationality. And maybe it is that Judas becomes disillusioned with Jesus. Sometimes we can have the same thing happen. We think Jesus should do something for us, answer some kind of prayer, heal someone, heal ourselves, provide something, bring someone to salvation in His name. And we can be praying for things for months, decades even, and we might get disillusioned. But here, but Jesus never betrays Judas. Even as Judas betrays Jesus, Jesus always remains faithful to Judas. And so we know that Jesus will always remain faithful to us too. And Judas serves us as a warning, not to let that disillusionment lead to betrayal. Let's be honest with Jesus. Tell Jesus how we feel. Ask Jesus what he is doing. But let's stay true to Christ. Remember, friends, I love you. Take care of yourselves and shine the light of Christ.